Motorheads. Welcome back to this week's challenge. Sorry this video's taken me a little bit longer. I've just had things to do this week, and then I had a power cut last night when I was just about to upload the video. It didn't come back onto this morning. So, well, I was about to do the talk over before uploading the videos. Here I am doing the talk over on the video this morning. So I managed to get the video recorded last night because I originally set a lap time in this car, and then cheeky little power to weight went and beat it in a 350Z, didn't he? So, as I always love a competition with this character, I thought we'd have a little run together and I'd record another lap. So seemingly it took me about 35 minutes or so to try and get my lines tidied and white, because it's quite a difficult track with all going up either side. But I very much wanted to get this challenge going, so we've gone with the 350Z, going reverse around in B class, and power to weight had set a pretty good time in a Jag on here at first, and honestly I went in there at 350Z and I was thinking, God, am I going to beat this Jag at first, because it seemed it was quite a few seconds quicker. But again, you'd be surprised how much, just by learning the track, which hopefully these challenges help you can start stitching the corners together, because on tracks like this it's very much what I call like almost like your Isle of Man road circuit, right? So every turn is blind, so you need to be thinking 2-3 turns ahead. I mean, I still don't fully know this track like the back of my hand like I'd like to, but I will get there, but pretty soon as well, I thought. But you generally need to be, if you upset the line into this bend and get too close to that left-hand wall, it's going to muck up this bend on your left-hander. Lucky enough to follow it straight, but you see what I'm saying. You need to know that you're on the right line every time, taking it out wide, cutting it in tight, turning it at the right points. You don't need to upset your line. You don't want to be flipping wall. I mean, I literally, when I was trying this, I went round about, I must have done 5 or 6 other laps before I got in here, then another 9 laps. So, it took me a little while to get this done, and then I was just clipping walls on the way round, either early on or, even worse, late on the downhill section. But I do enjoy the track this way. It's very good. It's got a very steep incline to it. I'm kind of wondering whether there's cars that, on the lower power end of the spectrum, like some of the older cars, maybe, I don't know, I have to think of one, but or do one maybe, but see if it can actually get up the mountain. Would be interesting. But yeah, we put this video on anyway. So the challenge is to set the fastest B class time you can in 350Z. Currently, the lobbies that are running at the moment has got the 20th anniversary challenge season between the 350Z and the NSX. So last week it was just the NSX. This week it's the 350Z and the NSX. I'm presuming next week it's probably going to be the R8, and then the week after it's going to be the 458, and they're probably going to go together. So it'd be interesting to see how they do that. If they put them all together in A class, maybe, who knows? But they might just continue adding the cars and up in the classes, so who knows. But it's still B class this, so we did put a vote out and people wanted B class, so lucky enough we got a B class 350Z. I will put this tune on to for people to use if they want to use it. It has, I will admit, the gearing on my NSX tune and the gearing on this tune aren't something that I'd normally use, so on other tracks they are going to be lethargic off the mark. They're still going to drive nice, but yeah, they are going to be a little bit lethargic off the mark on the start, and you probably will lose a couple of places, because I've gone for a longer first and second gear, because you can see on these uphill, especially these steep bits, it does help you to kind of maintain speed. You do have to be a bit feathery with the throttle just to make sure you don't slip out too much. But here we go over the top of the mountain now. We're just on our way down, hit the downhill section. I do love this. With the walls, it's almost like doing a bobsleigh run. Yeah, so you can see I'm just in front of power to weight now. I've just got to try and maintain it for this downhill, because he's normally very good on the downhill section. I quite favour the downhill sections in a sense. I do like the uphill section, but the downhill, there's something about, like, it's so easy to go too fast downhill that it's all about, yeah, managing speed. Look, you can see I got away with, unusually there was a couple of times on this lap where I did very slightly clip a wall like I did back there, and I managed to just get away with it. But this time can definitely be improved on. It's going to be tough because I have shot this twice in a sense. Power to weight beat my time the first time, but yeah, I enjoy the challenge, so I just wanted to get this on. It might be a tougher lap. I think I know someone who's going to come back and try it again very soon. if not already, while I was on a power cut. I haven't checked this morning. But yeah, let me know if you like these tunes. Let me know if you like these cars. Forza 2 was like a very important game to me in a sense of the Forza franchise. I played Forza 1 around a friend's house when I was younger, but then Forza 2. So when I eventually had my own place, I played gaming with Gran Turismo and things like that when I was younger, and very much enjoyed them. There's a few very good car games when I was younger that I enjoyed, but Gran Turismo was probably the Simcade or Sim one that simulation one that everyone sort of enjoyed, where you could build and tune your own cars and things like that. And then Forza came along in obviously the early 2000s, and I don't think I was really gaming so much then. Like, it was probably between gaming stints of my life, I suppose. But then I had a couple of goes on Forza 1 with a friend, and then when Forza 2 came out, I then got myself the new Xbox 360 with Forza Motorsport, because obviously, I say obviously, to me it was a driving factor was that the Xbox was online, and we were going to be able to race people online together. So at the time I didn't actually have internet, I just had my Xbox at that point. So I played Forza for a couple of weeks offline, and then my brother invited me around his. He played with me a bit, and then he invited me around his and said, you know, why don't we bring it around, put it on the internet, and we can see if we can race people online and what it's like. And I remember going in, doing the first couple of races, being fairly competitive straight away and having some real fun on there, and just thinking to myself, you know, this is, you know, brilliant, getting hooked straight away really. My brother was very much the same, so he went and bought himself an Xbox. I got myself internet installed, and then you know, the rest is history, as it were. We then went on playing Forza 2, which I met lifelong friends that I've still got today, that I still go on contact with, I go on holiday with, you know. I very much, you know, Forza from this out on has very much been a part of my life, even in more ways than one. So yeah, I've always enjoyed coming back to it, always enjoyed racing it. It's been my go-to game over the years when I've got the time, is to play these games. That's why I like to think I've got a fairly good understanding of how the mechanics and everything works, even in the editions where they update and change things slightly. But yeah, you know, Forza 2 was very much the game that got me into online racing, that got me back into, I suppose, playing the game machine as an adult. Here we go, coming around towards the end of this lap now, so getting there. But yeah, so very much got me playing as an adult again, and you know, over the years, as much as you spend the money on Forza, it probably saved me a few quid on the nights out that I didn't do, which would have cost me even more money, as it were. But yeah, so me, when I got my console, it was almost like a way of saving money, because I was going to kind of, like, I had my own place, I needed to prioritise myself a bit differently as for going out and partying and everything else. So you know, this is one of the things I invested in to keep me sort of, you know, sane and indoors, I suppose. But yeah, I do enjoy these challenges. I love it when the community get involved. So, you know, if you haven't added me on Xbox, add me. And like I say, if you want me to add the leaderboard that I've got with our names and the community on, let me know. All the community members that are on it, if you've got me in your friends list, if that's okay, and I'll save the leaderboard so other people can add each other. We can create our own community leaderboard within the system, in a sense, by adding each other. So if you're all happy with me to share, you know, your gamer tags and names in the community, then yeah, just give me a heads up on this video, and I'll share the leaderboard coming through the tunnel. I do also love, and I've got to say, as I get to the end, I'm going to run out of time, that this 350Z does sound excellent now. They've updated the sound, but this was the end of the lap. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next video. Take care, guys, and I hope you will push me to try and get this a little bit faster. I think we're ranked 38th in the world at the moment, so yeah. Get out there and give it a go. Take care, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.